Hello and welcome to Sage Thyme. I'm Lillian and welcome to your special edition Elemental Winter Solstice reading. This particular reading is for air signs. I'm kind of getting caught up in that image there. There's a lot going on. All right. The caption says open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning for this particular deck. All right, we've got, you know what, I am also, if you watch the fire sign, or if you are going to, I read an excerpt out of The Tao of Pooh by Benjamin Hoff, and I did another flip and open and found another right there and then, another perfect dialogue in the book that seemed very befitting for air signs. Air signs, of course, being Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. We'll start off with a little overall reading from Spirit of the Animals Oracle. I changed my scarf out since I'm doing these recordings on the same day, some of them at least. So the fire had a coppery red and the air had a cream with some little delicate blue flowers. Okay, here we are. An overall card for today's reading. After we pull the overall, I'll read that little bit from the Tao of Pooh, and then we'll move on to the card reading itself. Here we go. I feel like this came out before for Gemini, or for air sign, in an air sign. Coyote, revealer of truth. What is truth? Isn't that the question that only you can answer? And you have been searching and looking and investigating, my intellectual friends. I myself have the sun, my sun in an air sign, so I'm all about understanding the intellectual wheel spinning and the benefits of it too. So it matches our reading. Here it says, don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. Coyote, revealer of truth. Perfect segue into our Tao of Pooh. Where did I want to start? Okay. So the author is writing here. Let's see. I had it marked and my sticky note fell off. We'll start here. On top of that, it is very hard to find any of the spirit of Taoism in the lifeless writings of the humorless academic mortician. I've been that person many moments in my past, maybe present, whose bleached out scholarly dissertations contain no more of the character of Taoist wisdom than does the typical wax museum. But that is the sort of thing we can expect from the abstract owl, the dried up Western descendant of the Confucianist dedicated scholar, who, unlike his noble but rather unimaginative ancestor, thinks he has some sort of monopoly on. Pooh interrupted. What's that? What's what? I asked. What you just said, the Confucianist desiccated scholar, says Pooh. Well, let's see. The Confucianist desiccated scholar is one who studies knowledge for the sake of knowledge, and who keeps what he learns to himself or to his own small group, writing pompous and pretentious papers that no one else can understand, rather than working for the enlightenment of others. How's that? Much better, said Pooh. Owl is about to illustrate the Confucianist desiccated scholar, I said. I see, says Pooh. Which brings us back to Owl. Let's see, how did Rabbit describe the situation with Owl? Oh, here it is. You can't help respecting anybody who can spell Tuesday, even if he doesn't spell it right. But spelling isn't everything. There are days when spelling Tuesday simply doesn't count. By the way, Pooh, how do you spell Tuesday? Spell what? Asked Pooh. Tuesday, you know, Monday, Tuesday. My dear Pooh, said Owl, everybody knows that it's spelled with a 2. It is? Asked Pooh. Of course, said Owl. After all, it's the second day of the week. Oh, is that the way it works? Asked Pooh. All right, Owl, I said. Then what comes after Tuesday? Thursday, said Owl. Owl, you're just confusing things, I said. This is the day after Tuesday, and it's not Thursday. Then what is it? Asked Owl. It's today, squeaked Piglet. My favorite day, said Pooh. Ours too. We wonder why the scholars don't think much of it. Perhaps it's because they confuse themselves thinking about other days so much. Now, one rather annoying thing about scholars is that they are always using big words that some of us can't understand. I've been guilty of that. Well, said Owl, the customary procedure in such cases is as follows. What does crustimony proceed cake mean? Said Pooh, for I am a bear of very little brain, and long words bother me. It means the thing to do. As long as it means that, I don't mind, said Pooh humbly. Okay. I feel and hear, oh, whatever, it's there. It totally goes with the coyote, right? Revealer of truth. Truth isn't necessarily academic knowledge per se, although it can complement that just as well. But as it says in the card, not taking things too seriously all the time, making time to play, finding the wisdom that comes from laughing, especially at your own folly, right? These fill in the moments of perfection that we categorize as our expectation of perfection, and then allow us to be in perfection in every moment. The first card to come out is 3 of Cups. Look at that. All 3 of the friends have their heads together, their cups are filled, and at the center of their cups of fulfillment and their minds is this glowing star, and there's fruit all around them, and they're in peace and in joy, and they're playing, and the fruition is there. They're not thinking about it. In fact, I think they're taking a nap on the lawn in the park. Let's get another one for the second card that came out. Okay. So then the next card that came out is the print is small. The 5 of Wands. Boy, what a contrast. And look at that. Chaos ensues. I'm right. No, I'm right. No, you get down there. I'm on top. Get out of the way. I'm going to knock everybody out from the bottom. Ka-chow, ka-chow. And they're also creating with their fighting wands the sacred geometrical pattern of the 5-pointed star, a Venus symbol. As we know, Venus makes a 5-pointed star in the sky during her entire rotation through the signs. And so, talk about a compare and contrast. When we're at ease and we're going with the flow and we're combining our intentions of fulfillment and peacefulness and relaxation and healthy abundance, which means healthy connections, healthy intimacies, healthy receiving, healthy returning and giving, there is this incredible interconnectedness of community. And that is, for me anyways, the traditional meaning of the Three of Cups. And then when we're not, it's still in divine order. And we don't have to stay there for any longer than need be. And we can take those two aspects of healthy and united, peaceful, accepting and allowing, surrendering to the ebb and flow of one another's needs and our needs in a collective collaboration. We can take that and contrast and compare it to the other moments in between. When we're not doing that, it allows us, of course, to value when we are and why we want to maintain that. And of course, as we're ready to grow and evolve, then it can lend back to this. In the end, it all comes out to the 10 of Earth. Why am I having trouble with discs? Well, anyway, the 10 of Earth. This is, in this deck, this is the legacy card, and you can see in the background, there's legacy to this individual who's nearing the end of his physical life in this one timeline. And he's holding the offspring of his children. And behind him is what his children and his community are doing and creating and being. And he's not looking back, even though he knows that he laid down the groundwork to give and lend opportunity for what his children and their colleagues, their communities are building and creating together. He has no concern about those accomplishments. He is focused in absolute presence and utter joy. And this little baby who's a little bit crying in his lap. There's a cat within his space, and that's behind him. A companion that has been with him, and above him is the Hebrew tree of life. All the different polarities and contradictions and convergences and reconciliations of all the different aspects, simplistic and mundane to complex and cosmic and mystical. It all makes incredible design that we can only at any given view get so much perspective on, right? Any three-dimensional anything, you have to go around it to see it. And if it's more than three-dimensional, which all things are, of course, you have to go within it and within the within and around the out and in and right? His legacy isn't the perfection of the groundwork that created the wonderful things behind him. It's in the absolute blissful moment of holding this new life that's going to enjoy all the blessings, benefits, and contradictions, the ups, downs, the ins and outs, after he is long gone. That's his legacy. He knows that life goes on, and he understands the importance of all the parts of it. And even though all the intricacies of that knowledge and the gnosis, the mystical knowings, it's within him and accessible from his seventh chakra. His joy is in the moment, engaging in the present with this lovely, innocent, beautiful, potential little being and everything that comes with him or her. So let's do, yes, I also grabbed the deck. Oh, where is my brain? It's just on vacation right now. The Fairies Oracle. Boom. They apparently have something to add and wanted to come in on this conversation. So let's see. what they want to add to the Patch Tarot from Spirit Science, and Coyote, revealer of truth. That's the thing about truth. No matter how deep and how far out we go, once we touch the truth, there's a new event horizon that lends itself to our awareness. So we can see that distant, I can't quite articulate it or define it, and I'm not sure what it is, and it's far off in the horizon, the event horizon, and we can travel and trudge and do all the things to get to it, and then as soon as we touch it and we realize all the truth of what it is and we look up, there's a new one. There's a new event horizon. All right. Lovely love. All right. She of the Cruach. This is the womb card. The creation within as is also without. You are co-creating within your womb, your creative sense and self. Down at the core, not at your head. Bring your consciousness down. Anchor it in the heart and let it travel down through the energy centers into that womb area. And then when you do, and you get down in that second sacral chakra area, explore it. Allow its vision to appear to you within the body. Allow it to open up like galaxies within galaxies. And as you do so, allow it to connect you to galaxies out and beyond us, letting the within be the portal to the farthest distant spaces in the universe and multiverse. Nice the alchemist, and this is where you come in from that space of touching on your inner dimensions, your inner landscapes. You become this goddess traveler that can alchemize whatever you come upon. So if you come upon an area that is stuck, trapped, rigid in the old, mischievous like the coyote medicine, divine detour, maybe it was there originally to protect you, but now it no longer serves you. Now it blocks you. So dive in there, look at it, observe it, witness it with kindness and compassion. My throat is doing a thing. Be in the detail of your inner universe and see what it wants to create, what its potential of its next life is. See all the little constellations and distant stars within your beingness that have an unwritten or mutable and wanting to advance and evolve story to tell and live out. And go there and allow yourself to block those, allow yourself to step up to and even into the blockages and simply allow them to no longer have a material force against you and become fluid and mutable. And you can be the designer of the things that are causing blockages and the things that have potential kinetic possibility. You can alchemize all those things, and you can do it precisely to your highest and best benefit, especially when you come into that centered alignment of stillness, no thought, heart anchored into the empty, open, and totally fulfilled portal space that is connected to source love, and drop it down. Let it flow, let it permeate, let it be the different colors of acrylic paints that you want to integrate with different mediums of paper and leaves and different types of brushes and glitter and whatever else you're playing with in your artistic exploration and expression. Be that, do that, and drop the mind, drop the thought, drop the knowledge, not because you're letting it go for good. There's always a way to access it. And you can completely access it as a reference, pulling it in from that tree of life, the Akashic records, when you need it. And you'll know when you need it. You won't even have to think about it. It'll just open up to you and you'll go, oh yes, I remember, I know that. So allow the thinking mind to take a nap this winter. Winter is the time of rest, stillness, darkness, contemplation, peace, and cultivation with intention. Be slow, be simple, be loved, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me for your air sign elemental winter solstice reading. Many blessings to all of you. Much love.